let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Whoa. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners or viewers via our Vaughan Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughan Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education Natal, and it is indeed a pleasure to be here with you this beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. Of course, there has been so much happening within our ministry and across the island over the past week, and we saw the closeout of graduation season 2025 with the graduation ceremonies this week as well. And so at the top of the show, I want to extend heartiest congratulations to the students who graduated on Tuesday, as well as to those who graduated on Thursday. We wish you the very best, whether you decide to or you've decided to continue with your on your educational journey, your academic journey, or whether you've decided to navigate the path of employment or even entrepreneurship. Whatever your decision, we know that you are supported, and we hope that your structures that were in place throughout your academic journey would continue to be in place as you navigate these early young adult years. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2025 of the Charlestown Secondary School, the Gingerland Secondary School, and the Nevis Sixth Form. I want to also just highlight just for a moment and say special congratulations to the valedictorians and salutatorians of the various schools. As I said, they were celebrated during the course of this week, and at the Charlestown Secondary School, we say commendations to Mr. Devonte Connor, and he was the valedictorian at the Charlestown Secondary School, and salutatorian Miss Kiara Infante Gill. So congratulations to you and to your families. I know that you had your due celebrations on the actual graduation day, but I wanted to take a moment on behalf of the Ministry of Education Natal to commend you for the excellent work done. I also want to say congratulations to Miss Belinda Subramani, valedictorian, Gingerland Secondary School, and Miss Blessing Grant, salutatorian, Gingerland Secondary School. And for the Nevis Sixth Form, Miss Tijanique Hunkins, valedictorian, and Miss Imogen Archibald, salutatorian. So congratulations to you students, and of course they were just a small section of the entire class, but at the end of the exam cycle they were the students who emerged top, whether it be the CXC CSEC or CXC CAPE examinations. We know that you did not do this on your own. As I said before, you had sturdy support structures, including your principals and teachers at the school level. You had your family structures and whatever other supporting structures you had in place, and these structures did not start in fifth form either. So we want to say commendations and congratulations. I'm going to go all the way back to your daycare years, to anyone who shaped your academic journey from daycare, nursery, preschool, primary school, all the way up. We say commendations to you, and there are some daycare and preschool leaders who ensure that at every graduation ceremony they are there as long as they have their students graduating, and I say kudos to you because you have really been a part of their support system from the beginning. And so congratulations once again to the class of 2025 of all for all of the three ceremonies that we had this week. Also, as we look at some of the activities happening during the course of the week, I will take a moment out to share with you what's happening across the various departments, and we have quite a few activities as we close out the year. I want to remind everyone that this upcoming week is the last week of school for our students and our teachers. Our students end on Wednesday, our teachers end on Friday, and we want to we know that parents will have to go through their conferencing periods and to get a sense of what happened during the term, but we want to remind everyone to ensure that you're keeping in touch with your various schools. We have a few remnants of Christmas concerts left. We have, as I said, the parent-teacher interactions left, and this evening we have a major activity which is spearheaded by the Department of Education, working alongside or working with the cohort of school librarians to ensure that the family book feud is revitalized. And after somewhat of a hiatus following COVID, the family book feud is back. It's coming live and lively from NEPAC this evening, and so we're encouraging everyone to go on out to NEPAC promptly at 6 p.m. so that you can celebrate with the various families. They have been working really, really hard to ensure that they're prepared, and we see teams of various family units and members, and each school has their representation. And so we will see this evening 6 p.m. at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, better known as NEPAC. We'll have representation from the Charlestown Primary School, Ivor Walters, St. James's, Joyston Library, EPPS, St. Thomas's, Maud Cross, Montessori, and VOJN. And there is children enter for free, adults $5, and of course this will go towards the school librarian cohort as they continue to build their various products within the school library space. So representing the St. James Primary School, we see Akila Douglas and Adrian Douglas. Representing the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, we see Micah Prince and Cleon Prince. Representing the Joycelyn Library Primary School, we see Andy Wallace and Adira Wallace. Representing the Charlestown Primary School, we see Shanika Jeffers and Gia Joshua. Representing the Ivor Walters Primary School, we see Rihanna Limonta and Neva Manners Limonta. Representing the Maud Cross Preparatory School, we see Jaron Brown and Amore Brown. Representing the Montessori Academy, we see Kishmoy Pemberton and Jamoya Isaac. Representing the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary School, we see Malik Tross and Ashton Tross. Representing the St. Thomas's Primary School, we see Jamarian Hamilton and Aisha Duggins. So we say congratulations to them for even taking up the mantle and deciding to work collaboratively to represent their school. We know that we'll see in various categories they'll have questions, several rounds, 4 rounds, and from the past we know sometimes it's so interesting because they get questions, for example, on nursery rhymes or on the Bible stories, and sometimes the answers seem so easy, and that when you're under pressure it's not always as easy when you have everyone looking at you. But what I always love about Family Book Feud is that the persons who are representing the various schools, the families, they get a chance to bond, to work closer together, and I think that is the greatest value coming out of the Family Book Feud. Even though it's, somewhat of a competition, one of the assets for me is that, and the benefits for me is that the families go closer, spending time working together on these various categories and various stories. And I want to encourage you, even as you go into the Christmas season, that you continue that trend of reading together, of asking questions, of bonding over books and stories. So once again, we hope to see everyone at NEPAC this evening, and the theme, bringing families together, one book at a time. Refreshments will be on sale in the courtyard. So see you there at 6 p.m. at NEPAC. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Sugar City St. Kitts, keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education et al., and of course it is indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you today. We have celebrated a bit and we've challenged a bit. We've challenged you to join us this evening for the Family Book Feud, and we, as I said, have several other activities happening. In between, I will break at the bottom of the hour after sharing some of the activities to open up to the ABBA Month quiz, because I don't want us to miss. Today is the final day of the ABBA Month quiz. Compliments the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, and we want to thank them for every year taking a moment out to have everyone reflect on trees and the importance of trees, and giving these challenges to our children to learn and explore more about trees, and to challenge you to think critically as well, because I think sometimes some of the questions really cause us to stop and to think critically. So at the bottom of the hour, we'll pause for a cause with sharing the updates across our ministry. We'll go into the ABBA Month quiz, so get your children. We have a primary school category, we have a secondary school category, and so get your children lined up, and the prize for that quiz, each child will get a gift certificate to partake of some snack or treat from Bodies. And so we want to encourage you to get your children up and ready for the bottom of the hour when we go over to that quiz. All right, so as I was saying, we have several activities happening within our ministry, and I will go over to the Nevis Public Library. There are two activities happening there. We have the Tree of Tales, and we are drawing close, so we hope that you've registered and that you're on your book reading journey, boys and girls. The theme, Read, Decorate, Celebrate, and so they started off on November 3rd with an empty Christmas tree, and it runs until December 12th. And the guidelines, the registration packet and everything can be found at the Nevis Public Library. Note that at least half of the books should be from the public library, so you would have to go to the library, register, check out books, check them in, take new books out. At least half of the books that you read should have been read or should be part of the Nevis Public Library's collection. The rules: participants should complete an ornament for each book. So as you read a book, you complete a matching corresponding ornament. You read between November 3rd and December 12th at noon, and you hang your ornaments on the tree.
The ornament cutouts are available at the Nevis Public Library. The participant with the most books read in each category will win a prize, and prizes will be presented on December 19th, 2025. A special prize will be given for the best decorated ornament in each category. The categories: ages 3 to 5, ages 6 to 8, ages 9 to 11, ages 12 to 16, and ages 17 and over. And we are encouraging everyone to reach out to the Nevis Public Library to learn more about the Tree of Tales and how your child can be involved. For the 3 to 5, we know parents, you can read with and you can read to your children, and that becomes part of it, the discussion, the conversation. As I keep saying, there is nothing, you can't trade quality time with your children, and I think that it's important for us to register that time. That's not necessarily a TV-driven time or tablet-driven time, but that interaction, that interpersonal interaction is very important. And of course, for most part, even for the older ones, you can have the conversations about what they're reading. So get them involved, encourage them to be part of the Tree of Tales. We also have coming up at the Nevis Public Library, we have the PJ's Family Story Time. Formerly we called it PJ's at the Library because it was hosted in the library space. However, every year our numbers have grown tremendously, and so with the growth comes the need for a different space. And so PJ's Family Story Time will now take place at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. There's a registration fee of $5, and you will get lots of treats and snacks and things at the end of the evening, and crafts and fun and interactions and engagements. Parents, you come along, put your PJs on as well, and come along, and we have a good interaction and story family time. Family time because we don't expect the children to be dropped off on their own, but it is an engagement for the entire family. We have stories, we have great games, as I said, we have crafts, we have singing, most of all, lots and lots of fun. We take photos, many things happening at the PJ's Family Story Time. You do not want to miss it. For once again, children ages 0 to 9. So we do take, you can bring your babies along as well and have a little engagement and interaction with them. I know it promises to be great, it promises to be exceptional, it promises to be excellent, and you can register. There's a QR code on the poster. You can also reach out to the Nevis Public Library and they will be able to assist you as well. So PJ's Family Story Time coming up on December 10th. That's just around the corner. Just December 10th at 5:30, and it ends at 8 p.m. So be there. Make sure you're there. Make sure you do not miss it. It promises to be great. It promises to be memorable. It promises to be an experience like you've never had before. While we're talking about parents and parental engagement, we are also continuing with our Youth Month celebrations. And so far we've had a few activities, and we continue. This week, the feature activity involves you've guessed it, the parents. We have the Parent and Artificial Intelligence Readiness Seminar. Everybody's talking about AI, and parents, for some parents, you feel a little left behind. You don't know how to use it, what to do. And so the Parents and Artificial Intelligence Readiness Seminar will take place at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park from 5 p.m. on Tuesday, 2nd December. And our facilitator is Miss Malikwa Kamu. And of course, she is a recent graduate of the University of the Virgin Islands, and she has presented and been at several conferences related to AI, and she is a technology-driven innovator and within our space, and she's also a teacher at the Charlestown Secondary School currently, and so she will be there waiting for all of you at 5 p.m. What do you need to do? You need to register. Registration, you need to register so that you can be there, that you can be part of the experience, that you can learn a thing or two about AI and how it affects your child, but also how you can use it to help your child, because AI is an assistive technology, okay? It can assist us where we have gaps, but we just have to know how to effectively use it, how to determine whether or not what we're getting out is correct. But it does walk us through steps, so you can ask it how to do this and how to do that. It gives us ideas, and while some of us are not affair, or some of us don't really support the concept of AI, our reality is that for our youth, AI is part of their day-to-day experience. It's here, and we can either choose to turn a blind eye, which doesn't make it disappear. We can choose to turn a blind eye, or we can choose to ensure that we are part of the movement, part of the process. So AI, the parents and AI Readiness Seminar. Discover how artificial intelligence is transforming learning for students. And of course, you can be part of that transformation process as well. There is no fee related to this particular activity, and so we encourage you to register, to be part of. Even if you forget to register, that's not a problem. You still need to learn about AI. The doors are open. We will make sure that we allow you to get a space to ask your questions and to be part of that. So parents, this one is for you. We are supporting you as the movers and shakers within your home spaces, so that when teachers call and say your child took a whole paper off of AI, you know what they're talking about. Right? We can't be blind to what our children are being exposed to every day. They get their AI training a lot of times on TikTok and on Instagram, and they're encountering so many things that we are blind to. We can't remain blind because we will get left behind. And so parents, this workshop is for you. Just about 1 to 2 hours. It depends on the level of interaction and engagement, but we will be there with you, ready to support you, ready to share with you on Tuesday, right down at Malcolm Gisha Recreational Park. Starting at 5 p.m., you can come straight from work and head on down to be there with us. So thank you for joining us in that workshop on Tuesday. I'm thanking you in advance. We are going to take a short break. When we get back, we'll talk a bit more about what we have to offer, but we're going to segue a little bit to share with you the ABBA Month Quiz 2025, because we know it's the last Saturday for ABBA Month, last Saturday in November. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
From the Caribbean's powerhouse.
Merry Christmas from all of us to you. Merry Christmas. It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners or viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education in Tal. It is always a pleasure to be here with you on a Saturday morning and to keep us going, because there's so many things happening within our ministry. There's so many things happening with our young people and opportunities for our students, and we want to celebrate all of those things and to provide information on all of those things as far as possible. So, as I said, we'll take a little break from the updates. I hope you've calendared some of the things I've said so far, but we are going to take a break to observe the last Saturday of Arbor Month, Tree Month, and the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society Biodiversity Committee has really been committed over the years to ensuring that we focus on Arbor Month during the month of November, and that we are provided with quiz questions. And we want to say thank you to Miss Byron and the entire team, the NHCS, particularly the Biodiversity Committee. We want to say thank you for your diligence in this effort. So we have some primary school questions, and I'm going to start off because there's a lead off before I go into the question proper. This is very important information, and I'll repeat it. So this week we have some tree questions with a difference. Okay, tree questions with a difference. The names of basic parts of trees have become part of the English language in describing something completely unconnected. Can you give the name of a part of a tree as the answer to the following questions? Okay, so we're going to give some questions, and we're looking for the name of the part of the tree that corresponds to these questions. Okay? Give us the name of the part of the tree that corresponds to these questions. Remember, the questions this week, we have tree questions with a difference. The names of basic parts of trees have become part of the English language in describing something completely different or unconnected, boys and girls. Okay, so don't be fooled. We're still on Arbor Month, we're talking about trees, but the question might not be directly related to the tree, but the answer is somehow connected, is somehow part of the tree. So primary school students, here we go. Call us at 469-1616, 469-1700. Number 1, the basic cause usually of a problem. Which part of the tree would, or a tree word, a part of the tree, tells us the basic cause usually of a problem. The basic cause usually of a problem. Which tree part has the word that corresponds with this? The basic cause, usually of a problem. Tell us, primary school children, 469-1616, 469-1700. Can you tell us? Remember, the names of basic parts of the tree have become part of the English language. Good morning.
Good morning, Zahnela.
How are you today?
Good, Auntie.
All right, darling. Okay, so let's go.
I'm at question 1.
Oh, you had question 1? Do you know the
Yes.
answer?
The root.
The root. Go, Keisha. And of course we have, tell everyone who you are.
I am Asia Hobson from the Chronicle Nevis, Queen City Bar.
Okay, enjoy. Keisha, you're really a promoter, you know, darling. Congratulations, you are correct. So make sure you go down to the Museum of Nevis History to collect your prize, okay, next week.
Okay.
Okay, have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so of course Keisha has to start us off by bringing all of the life and vibes. And so Keisha is correct. The basic cause, usually of a problem, is the root. So we would say something is the root of the problem. You see how we're using our English language this morning, boys and girls? So that if you didn't know that, sometimes people say we have to get to the root of the problem. They don't really mean the tree itself. They mean the basic cause or the bottom of it, basically. Okay? All right. Question 2 for our boys and girls. Remember, the names of basic parts of trees have become part of the English language in describing something completely unconnected. Tell us, what is a small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages? A small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages. Any primary school student can call in 469-1616, 469-1700. Tell us, what is a small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages, and somehow it's connected to trees. The word is somehow connected to trees. Okay? A small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages. 469-1616, 469-1700. I know this one is not going to stump our primary schoolers because they are super duper smart. And so students in primary school, can you tell us? Remember, this word is a word that somehow connected to a part of the tree, and it has become part of the English language in describing something completely different, and that something completely different is a small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages. 469-1616, 469-1700. I also want to take this opportunity to remind our winners from the previous weeks to go on down to the Nevis Historical and Conservation, the Museum of Nevis History, at the bottom of the museum, next to the Nevis Island Assembly, and get your prize. Those who won in the last 2 weeks, those who are coming up, you are supposed to collect your prize there as well. Good morning, how are you?
I'm good.
Wonderful. Do you know the word, the answer, a small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages?
A leaf.
Okay, they added a little thing to leaf. What do they call it?
A photo leaf?
It's added on. I'm going to give you a little last clue. A small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages. You have the base word, but they added a little thing to it.
Could you repeat that, please?
A small written booklet of just 1 or 2 pages. So you have the correct tree part, right? It comes off of leaf. So you're correct there. But what do we call it in our general conversation? Do we say, I'm giving you a leaf? Or here's a leaf? What do we say?
Fish?
No, you're correct with leaf. You have the tree part, so you're going to get it correct. But what do we say when we go to, sometimes we go to, let's say, a concert. Sometimes we would say a program, or we would say a leaf. Okay, so
A flyer?
You're correct. You're correct with your tree part. Your tree part is a leaf, so you're correct. And when we say that, boys and girls, we would say, and I think it's more of an maybe old school saying. We would say, "Give me a leaflet," right? So she was
a leaflet.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. So I was saying, extend onto the leaf and tell me what we usually locally say. But correct, you're correct. The leaflet, with the leaf being the root part of the word, is what we refer to as the small written booklet. So what's your name?
Malika Dawson.
Congratulations, Malika. Collect your prize at the Museum of Nevis History. That's down Low Street, on Low Street, Samuel Hunkins Drive, where you have the Alexander Hamilton Museum statue, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great week.
Okay, you too.
Okay, bye. Okay, over to our secondary school students. Question 1, secondary school students, let's go. I hope you're up, because the closer it gets to the end of term, the longer we want to sleep in. Question 1, a business location away from the headquarters. a business location away from the headquarters? 469-1616, 469-1700. What do we call a business location away from the headquarters? And it has it's some way connected to trees. It's some way connected to trees. In some way it's connected to trees. A business location away from the headquarters. A business location away from the headquarters. 469-1616, 469-1700. So far, we've heard from Keisha, we've heard from Malika. They've given us the correct tree parts for the primary schools. We want to hear from our secondary school students or high schoolers. Tell us, what word that's somehow connected to trees, right? It's a tree word, which would describe a business location away from the headquarters. A business location away from the headquarters. 469-1616, 469-1700. I know this will not stump our high schoolers at all. A business location away from the headquarters. 469-1616, 469-1700. And here's what I will do while our high schoolers are still waking up. Hopefully they can call in and get the answer to this question, because it's a very easy one. I'm going to open up for a question for anybody, primary or high school, to answer. So I have a high school question on the table, which is a business location away from the headquarters. You will get a prize, compliments the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society's Biodiversity Committee, and you will collect your prize at the Museum of Nevis History. That's where the Alexander Hamilton statue is, formerly known as the Alexander Hamilton Museum, but it's located on Low Street and Samuel Hunkins Drive, and that's where you collect your prize. So that first question, a business location away from the headquarters, that's part of our English, playing around with English words that are somehow tree words but not necessarily associated with trees. So that's what we're looking for there. I'll open up an extra question for any pre-primary secondary school student who wants to answer this one. It is actually just a true and false question. It's a true and false question, and the question is: trees help to heat up the Earth's atmosphere. Trees help to heat up the Earth's atmosphere. Is it true or is it false? 469-1616, 469-1700. So we have a question that's specifically for secondary school students, and we have a question that's open. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
Good.
All right. Are you answering the secondary school question or the open question?
Open.
All right. So the question is: trees help to heat up the Earth's atmosphere. True or false?
False.
False. You are correct. What is your name?
Zahnela.
Janaya Scott. Janaya Scott. Janaya, congratulations. And Janaya, do not forget to go down to the Museum of Nevis History. That's where the Alexander Hamilton statue is, to collect your prize, okay?
Yes.
All right, make sure you get them this week. Congratulations, Janaya. Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Janaya was able to give us the open question. Our primary schoolers are up and Adam, and our secondary schoolers are still asleep, I'm guessing, because the question for the secondary schools is pretty easy. It says a business location away from the headquarters. A business location away from the headquarters. And just to remind you, the names of basic parts of trees have become part of the English language in describing something completely unconnected. Can you give us the name of a part of a tree to answer the following? A business location away from the headquarters. All right, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. I'm hoping by then somebody has gotten the answer, or our parents have gotten the high schoolers to dial in. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
It's time it's time. Come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly. You don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio. It's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers on Vaughn Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education et al. We are here, we're having some tree fun, and we have callers on the line waiting to answer the questions. So let's go over to the lines. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you a secondary school student?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a business location? Of course, we're looking for a word that is somehow connected to trees. A business location away from the headquarters.
A branch.
The branch, correct. What's your name?
Janai.
Okay, congratulations, Janari. And you can go down to the Museum of Nevis History to get your prize sometime during the course of the week. Okay, congratulations. All right, so we have, guess what? We have 2 more questions. All right, so we're going to take one more secondary school question. And the secondary school question, as once again, these are the names of basic parts of the tree which have become part of the English language in describing something completely unconnected. And the hint for this one is the central part of a human body below the neck and above the legs. The central part of the human body below the neck and above the legs. This one should be interesting. The central part of the human body below the neck and above the legs. 469-1616, 469-1700. And this one, of course, is for secondary school students. But we have one last open question. One last open question for our listeners. So you can be in preschool, you can be in primary school, you can be in secondary school to answer this last open question. Okay? Name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. Name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. 469-1616, 469-1700. This one should be interesting. You can give us a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. And of course, if you're going to give us that, you might have to tell us the line, the line of the song as well. That would help us. Okay, so a Caribbean folk song that whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. That's the open question. That's the challenge for today. But we are also looking for a secondary school student who can tell us the central part of the human body below the neck and above the legs that is somehow has somehow adopted the basic part of the tree name, even though it's not really a part of the tree in this context. Okay, so the central part of the human body below the neck, above the legs. 469-1616, 469-1700. Tell us, and we will be happy to guide you down to the Museum of Nevis History to collect your prize. We want to congratulate Keja Hobson, Malika Dalton, Janari Pemberton, Janaya Scott for calling in so far this morning. We have 2 questions on the table, and we are waiting to hear from you. As I said before, we also have a very packed next few days, next few weeks within our ministry. So just wanted to remind you of the upcoming activities, since I segued a bit to share the Arbor Month quiz questions. The questions are still open for callers, so please call in so that we can get your answers recorded. Okay? So we have coming up the Creators Playbook Workshop. It is a workshop for potential content creators, or even if you don't intend to be a social media influencer, you may want to create content for your business, or you're thinking of going into entrepreneurship, or you're already an entrepreneur, or you are working in any field and you want to learn a bit about creating content and keeping people checked in and tapped in for the Content Creators Playbook Workshop. And that will take place December 18th and 19th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. daily. It's open to persons 16 to 35. And our facilitator is Mrs. Kashmir Evelyn Nisbet of Food for Cash. She's a content creator and so much more. She's right here from Queen City, Nevis as well. And so we want you to register for the Creators Playbook Workshop, and it will, trust me, it will be worth your investment of your time. So please register, contact the Department of Youth if you want to be part of the Content Creators Workshop. We also encourage you to join the department for the upcoming Moonlight Walk. That's more like an engaging social activity for our young people. We'll have a walk that goes from the flats to the villa grounds via Brown Hill and Farms Estate, and we'll walk, we'll engage, we'll have fun, we'll have games, we'll have a barbecue after, so that promises to be quite interactive and engaging. We want to see you there, young people, to have a bit of a fun time for the Moonlight Walk 2025. We still are waiting to hear from our students, our high schoolers, our primary schoolers, anyone who can tell us the two questions on the table. Once again, the names of basic parts of trees have become part of the English language, describing something completely unconnected. Tell us another word for, a tree word, for the central part of the human body, below the neck and above the legs. The central part of the human body, below the neck and above the legs. Also an open question for anyone who can give us the answer. Name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. Name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. We have just about 5 minutes, and that's just more than enough time to get those two questions answered. So parents, get your children on board, and let's see to what extent we can get these questions, close out our Arbor Month with a bang. Okay? While we are waiting, I'm bringing continued updates. So I've brought you updates as to what's happening at the various departments. I think we're going to take one last stop at the Department of Sports. We will see on the 30th of November, which is tomorrow, they're continuing the Nevis Under-17 Football Parish League. And so tomorrow we'll see St. George's versus St. John's at 5 p.m., St. James versus St. Thomas's at 7 p.m. On December 3rd, St. John's versus St. James at 6 p.m. December 5th, St. John's versus St. Paul's at 5 p.m. and St. Thomas's versus St. George's at 7 p.m. Then on the 7th, St. George's versus St. Paul's at 6 p.m. And the 12th, the final four. 19th, we'll see the finals. And so we're looking forward to all of you joining our young players, our under-17 players, for this tournament. Don't tell me that our boys and girls are going to let the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society take back any of these gift cards. Come on, boys and girls, parents. We need to hear from our boys and girls this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank
Okay,
you.
which question do you want to answer?
I would like to answer the high school question.
Okay. The central part of the human body, below the neck and above the legs. We're looking for a basic tree part.
Okay, another name for the central part of the human body, which would be the spinal cord.
All right.
The stem.
Would be the stem. I would love to give you this answer because it sounds. You're a science student?
Yes.
Sounds that way. This one is so basic that I think that it's not scientific at all. And I know that you can guess it because it's almost akin to the tree, the part of the tree. It's almost the same thing. It corresponds with the same part of the tree as the part of the human body.
So do I get another chance?
Yes, I want to give you another chance because your answer has piqued my interest.
Okay.
It's a basic part of the tree. And it almost corresponds, if you put a human body next to the tree, it would almost be in the same place.
The roots?
Okay, so remember the part of the body that we're looking at is below the neck and above the legs. So that part of the body. And then you put a tree next to it and the part of the tree that corresponds to it. That's your hint. Remember, the root is way down, below. So it can't be that. It has to be a part of the tree or part of the body that's above the legs, below the neck.
The trunk?
The trunk! Awesome! You've made my day. What's your name?
Kayla Claxton.
Really?
Yes.
How could I have not recognized your voice?
I don't know.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. I actually did not recognize her voice. Congratulations. It's the trunk. The trunk of the... so it corresponds with it. When you put them side by side, you would see... I guess this is more of an older person because I was like, yeah, I got it. But then students who are into science and general students as well would go more into the scientific space. We have a question. The last question. I'm hoping the person has the answer. Good morning.
I'd like to answer the secondary question.
We already answered the secondary question, but do you want to try the question about the song that has a common fruit tree name in it?
The answer is sweet polymango.
Okay. Do you know the folk song? Can you tell me the line from the folk song?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, so I want you to be able to tell me the folk song, the line from the folk song that corresponds to the tree. Okay?
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll give you about 30 seconds, listeners and viewers, to give us the name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. Name a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree. 4691616, 4691700, and we are running out of time. All right. 4691616, 4691700. Shamika, do we have anybody or I have to give the answer? Because this is the last. Okay, I guess I'll have to give the answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, okay, we have somebody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you give us the name of a Caribbean folk song whose verses include the name of a common fruit tree?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
You have several.
Okay, yes, I just need one.
You have one with the Julie mango. Give me a bite of that Julie mango.
Nice. Okay, congratulations. What's your name?
Teacher Roper.
Teacher Roper. Well, I have to give Teacher Roper the prize. Teacher Roper, you have to get the prize. Go down to the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society's office at the Museum of Nevis History. And thank you for singing for us and for ending on a high note. Have a wonderful week, Teacher Roper.
You have others too.
Yes, but we're out of time.
There you, the banana song.
Yes. Yes, so many. So, Teacher Roper, we have to kind of reconvene on that since we're out of time. But thank you so much, and make sure to get your prize, okay?
The Nevis and Conservation Society?
Yeah, down by the museum downstairs.
Okay.
All right, dear. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Thank you, and everyone have a wonderful, wonderful week.
With all the power from the tower, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, VON Radio, from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.